Hi, my name is Ülke. I'm a student of Sakarya Ayhan Science High School, and I have a question to Miss Soyle. How is climate change affecting animals?
First of all, thanks for your question. Let me explain. Changing climates directly and indirectly cause stress to animals across the world. Many species are approaching or have already reached the limit of where they can go to find hospitable climates. In the polar regions, animals like polar bears that live on polar ice are now struggling to survive as that ice melts. It's not just how climate change affects an animal directly, it's about how the warming climate affects the ecosystem and food chain that animal has adapted to. In the US and Canada, moose are struggling due to an increase in ticks and parasites that are surviving the shorter, milder winters. In other cases, salmon rely on steady flowing cold rivers to spawn. As climate change alters the temperature and flow of these waterways, some salmon populations are dwindling. This affects many species that rely on salmon like orcas or grizzly bears. In both oceans and on land, the changes in temperature and moisture are causing some species to migrate in search of new places to live. For instance, in North America, species are shifting their ranges an average of 11 miles north and 36 feet higher in evolution each decade to find more favorable conditions. The Central Appalachians are one resilient climate escape route that may help species adapt to changing conditions. There are some natural places with enough diversity in altitudes and geology such that as the planet warms, they can be resilient strongholds for plant and animal species. Serve as breeding grounds and seed bank for many plants and animals that otherwise may be unable to find habitat due to climate change. However, strongholds are not an option for all species, and some plants and animals are blocked from reaching strongholds by human development, like cities, highways, and farmlands. I hope that my answer will be enough. Thanks for listening.
Hello, I'm Ayhan from Ayhan Science High School, and I have a question for Mrs. Shahin. I wonder what are the main threats of climate change?
Hi, thank you so much for your question. The main threats of climate change are rising sea levels, ecosystem collapse, and more frequent and severe weather. Rising temperatures from human-caused greenhouse gas emissions affects planet-wide systems in various ways. For example, it warms the polar regions and the oceans, which melts ice, covering the poles, and causes sea level rise. Climate change affects ocean habitats by lowering oxygen, decreasing phytoplankton, and killing coral reefs. The warming of the atmosphere affects weather patterns, causing more frequent and severe storms and droughts across many global regions. Higher temperatures are affecting the length of the seasons, and in some places are already crossing sea levels for ecosystems and humans. All of these impacts and many others will become more severe if we don't act to stop greenhouse gas emissions.